We are live.
All right, we are live.
Yo, can you pull up the NFL top 100 list?
Is that the first topic?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just gonna wait for people to trickle in. You want to get started at minute mark?
Yep.
Sounds good.
About the minute mark, we'll get started.
And yeah, lots to talk about. There's a good amount of stuff happened in a week. You know, a lot of shocking stuff that people didn't probably expect. So
yeah, from the World Cup to the NFL,
Pac-12
NBA.
dying, but we'll start talking more about that in depth.
Yep. College.
Also, I have a very hot take to start off the stream. So we'll see how that goes.
Definitely.
I don't think it's a very hot take. I think it's a pretty reasonable take, but your reaction thought differently.
Yeah. So we'll get to that. And we'll get to that soon.
All right. Starting off with our first topic.
Yep.
The NFL Top 100. The final rankings came out yesterday, and Patrick Mahomes was best in the league, voted by the players, which is I respect. I respect it. That's the clear cut.
That's reasonable.
Winner.
Yep.
But my biggest hot take that I have to say is Travis Kelce at 5 should be ahead of, in my opinion, Justin Jefferson, Jalen Hurts, and Nick Bosa. Because, hear me out, Justin Jefferson, great receiver, had a great year last year, but Travis Kelce, what he does to the tight end position, he's by far the best tight end, and it's not even close. He's miles better than everybody else. You look at fantasy comparisons, stats in general, he's way ahead. And that's why in fantasy football, he's possibility to get drafted first round which would be the first time a tight end would get drafted like unanimously. Yeah. And I think by him being, possible first round candidate in fantasy and just by far being the best tight end, it's not even close. I feel like he's better than Justin Jefferson just because Justin Jefferson, his difference between other receivers in the league isn't that much. Tyreek Hill and Jamar Chase, is he that much better than the difference between Travis Kelce and other tight ends? I don't think so. So I'm going to have to personally go with, I think Travis Kelce should be ahead of all those guys. Nick Bosa, he's great, don't get me wrong, but same thing. And Jalen Hurts, I feel like he's way too high. 3 is crazy. He's not even a top 3 quarterback. Top 3 for me quarterback-wise is Mahomes, Burrow, and Allen. And
solid.
Yeah, I'd probably have Hurts around 6 or 7.
Okay.
But yeah, that's my hot take.
Yeah, that's respectable. Looking at this list,
I think there's one player that really sticks out that should not be there.
That should be way lower. Like if you were going to put him on this list,
let's be fair.
If you had to put him on this list,
he should be on the list.
If you had to put him on the list, he'd be 100.
100.
He'd be 100.
If you had the Martians have the death being put on you that you have to put him on the list, he's going 100.
Yep, because Aaron Donald we're talking about is at number 11. If you've heard what we've expressed in the past, 6 games he played last year.
6 sacks?
6 sacks.
Yep.
That's not very – a sack a game, I guess, is a pretty good average, but only playing 6 games, there's a lot wrong with it, and there's a lot of people that he's ahead. Like, of course, Max Crosby is one guy that especially is very, very good, and that is Aaron Donald's being putting ahead of he's being put ahead of him, and I like that Chris Jones is ahead of him though, just because Chris Jones is the best defensive tackle in the game.
A player that I really don't see that I think is heavily underrated for these rankings is where's TJ Watt?
That's true.
He's puts up great numbers, and where's Myles Garrett on this?
Yeah, he's at 27. Myles Garrett's at 20.
So how is Myles Garrett, who had a better year than his year last year?
Yep.
How is he behind Aaron Donald, the dude who barely played?
Yep.
And how is TJ Watt, a dude who had another great year, continues to have consistently great years? How are they still behind Aaron Donald? And I think it's simply just because of Aaron Donald's name and what he's done for the last few years. And
Mhm.
I think it's unfair to players who are on the come up. And
Also, last time we talked about this list, there was no 30 through 1, meaning that, when I'm looking at this, Sauce Gardner finally came up. We thought he had to be on this list just due to other corners being on this list that he's comparable to. And Sauce Gardner's at 23, getting huge respect in his
Yeah.
first year. But also,
wait. We gotta say something.
there's
Thank you
somebody in
to
the chat.
Stefan Land. She said, "Hey, great job with the live stream. Wanted to say, gave a sub a bit ago, and happy to join in. Hope your days are going well." Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you.
Um,
Thank you so much for the sub.
Yeah,
It means a lot to us, and our days are going well.
Thank you. Hope you're great. I hope your day goes great as well.
Yes, hope your day's going great as well. Looking at this list, any other guys that stick out?
Let's see.
Derrick Henry being at 25. After the year that he had last year, 25 is not really calling out to me, especially with Nick Chubb here, and we also have actually Austin Eckler's at 21, so that's understandable.
I mean,
But where was McCaffrey again?
McCaffrey was in the 40s, I thought.
He
was in the
there he
30s.
is right here, 35. Christian McCaffrey at 35.
I feel like there's a lot wrong with the list that goes all the way back to 96 with Trevor Lawrence and all that.
Yep.
But speaking of quarterbacks right now, there was a ranking where Jalen Hurts is the second highest rated quarterback in the league.
Just because of this list, of
Yeah.
course.
Mm-hmm. And then
This is voted on by NFL players, and they make their list and stuff, and then it's
yes, you have Joe
Made
Burrow,
off
who's
that.
at third quarterback ranked at number 6. I think he's a better quarterback than Jalen Hurts. Josh Allen at 8. I think he's a better quarterback than Jalen Hurts. You have to go back a while to go to another quarterback, and you got Justin Herbert at 4, which is at 5, but
32. He's at rank 32. Yeah.
yeah, I don't really I don't see that either. I think well, actually, I can understand that because Hurts got his team to the Super Bowl and he had a better than Herbert. So at the best, I think you should have Hurts at the 4th spot. That's just my personal opinion. And Kirk Cousins is the 42nd ranked quarterback, and he would be the number 6th best quarterback.
Who is it? Kirk Cousins?
Kirk Cousins.
Jeez, Kirk Cousins?
That is absolutely crazy. I'm a big Kirk supporter and all that, but
That's
absolutely wild. You are welcome. I'm sure you are looking forward to the upcoming NFL season. Shall be interesting. Hope it is a fun one. Yeah, same here. I think it's being set up to be a great one. Our hometown team, the Detroit Lions, are playing.
Yep.
First game of the season, prime time.
Mm-hmm.
Lots to look forward to this NFL season.
Yeah, it's actually a month from now, believe it or not.
Yeah, a month ago today. Yeah,
a month ago from yesterday. Yeah.
Yep. So I'm excited to see how the season plays out.
Football in general too, like college football.
Oh yeah.
Michigan, our hometown team, has a lot of hype around them, and hopefully can go 15-0 and win the national championship. But I can't speak on that a little too soon.
Yeah, anything can happen. So that's always the fun part about going into a football season. Nobody actually really knows how a team's going to be, because there's always the team that's projected to do really good and they just tank.
Mm-hmm.
There's the teams that just come out of nowhere and absolutely play like crazy.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, that's why
that's always exciting.
That's why football's a fun sport. Yeah, because basketball is more like bigger programs are always good.
And same with baseball, because there's no salary cap, and these teams that just buy great players. So you can always kind of project who's going to be the best team early on. Yeah. And it's such a long season, so these teams that have great stretches, it usually gets burnt out. Like the Rays, they were like 20 something and and
23 or something like that.
23-0, and now they're barely in first place.
Yep.
So
they're third in the league.
So it just shows you how long the baseball season is and how much things can change. So that's why I love the NFL. But those are all my thoughts on the NFL Top 100.
Let's see. Is there another one on here? I swear I saw somebody who was very interesting.
Derwin James is really high up there. Actually, I don't know.
Derwin James being the best safety in the league at 30,
This is disrespect to the position.
it is a little bit. Oh no, never mind. Mika Fitzpatrick is up here at 18. You could argue either way with Fitzpatrick and Derwin James.
I'd personally take Derwin James.
I would take Derwin James just because he's more of that hard hitter safety. But Mika Fitzpatrick is more of that free safety, so I guess they're totally different positions.
Nice,
For
best
sure.
of luck to your team. They were a fun team to follow with their explosive offense. Hope for a bright future for them. Yeah, honestly, this is the first time I've ever really thought the Lions have a bright future in general because
Yeah,
of how bad they've been my entire lifetime. And even before that, they've never really had a future that's looked as bright as now. So
that's true.
fingers crossed.
Besides when we had, of course, Megatron and Stafford, but
See,
that was like a glimpse of hope, and then
but that's only like two
Lions-
players.
yeah,
you know?
we didn't really do anything.
We
with
have
it.
players that you can name off that are good at their position.
Yeah, you can name off a couple people.
Yeah, Goff.
you know.
Goff's good. Sam Brown's good. We got a new rookie running back in Jameer Gibbs.
Penei Sewell holding down the offensive line is very
We signed
good.
David Montgomery.
Yep,
We got
and
a
of course
lot of
the defensive players,
secondary.
Hayden Hutchinson.
Yep.
Hopefully he can
Mhm.
have a breakout year as
CJ
well.
Gardner Johnson.
Yep, definitely a
So-
huge signing. So
Yeah, a lot to be really excited for. So yeah, I'm really excited for that.
yeah, but that's the NFL top 100. Patrick Mahomes taking, of course, #1 spot.
Mhm.
Justin Jefferson to follow.
Yeah.
And then Jalen Hurts, which is
Yeah.
arguably.
Moving on to the next topic. Very interesting news that's happened in the last 4 days. The Pac-12 appears to be dying, and teams like Oregon are leaving.
Yep,
The only teams that are still left are Stanford, Washington State, and two other schools that nobody cares about.
Yes, and I believe was it the ACC, right? Yeah, the ACC. The ACC reached out to Stanford in California about joining them. So, I mean, things are taking a turn for sure.
They already lost Oregon to the Big Ten,
Washington to the Big Ten.
USC to the Big Ten.
Washington.
So all their big sports
UCLA,
programs are
yeah.
just gone. So the Pac-12 is not even really
yeah, it's disintegrating really fast. Like
Mhm.
this was in the past week, everything happened. Arizona decided they were going to join the Big 12.
Arizona and Arizona State, because they're kind of
Yep.
like they're kind of a package deal.
Yeah.
So by them leaving, that made it even worse because
Yeah, and then Oregon and Washington booked it literally
Mhm.
I think it was like hours after.
it's a great business move though,
It is.
because they're making more. They're going to make a lot of money just from changing from the Pac-12 to the Big Ten, and
I mean, we even heard about transfers,
yeah,
literally switching
to
to
team-
other schools
just
because
because they're be Big Ten.
yeah,
So I mean, I'm uncertain of how I feel about this. I kind of don't like it just because there's gonna be so many teams in certain conferences, and it's just gonna be. Well, this moves on to the next topic. Should the Power Five even be called a Power Five anymore? I think it should just be called the Power Four at this point because the Pac-12 being a Power Five conference is no more.
yeah.
They
and
have
also-
no good schools outside of Stanford.
Yeah, and also the AAC, the All American Conference.
Yep.
With like Memphis, Cincinnati, and all them.
Yeah.
They're also dishing out some teams,
Mm-hmm.
just like the Pac-12. So I don't see, the Pac-12 is nothing anymore. We can't even call it the Pac-12 anymore.
Yeah.
We just got to call it the nothing.
Yep.
Because they have 3 teams left and they're going to be
I thought it
gone,
was 4.
or 4. Well,
Nonetheless, it doesn't make it.
it
It
doesn't make a difference. It's nothing better.
Dan Campbell is
Yeah.
quite the awesome guy / coach. Look forward to the culture he brings to. I think he's a great change for the Lions too. Those realignments with college sports are huge. Haha, big change. Yeah,
I think she wrote one other thing. Right below it. College football playoffs will be interesting in 2024. Indeed, and also it's going to 8 teams in 2024 as well.
So yeah, but anyways, Power Four. No, I think that's gonna be the new conference. But honestly, I'm excited to see where this really takes off, and this also will affect the college
Mhm.
football playoffs, because now they're having 12 teams.
8 teams, I believe, or it's going to 12. It's going to one of the two.
Yeah,
But this is huge.
and a big question was asked was how's this going to affect the Rose Bowl? Because it's usually just the best team in the Pac-12. Oh no, versus the representative from the Pac-12 versus the representative from the Big Ten usually clash. Like last year was Penn State and Utah.
Yep. And then
So,
the
yeah,
year
the big-
before that was Ohio State and Utah.
Yeah, and the biggest question is now what's going to happen with that.
Oh, has Utah moved?
Utah has moved. Yeah.
Okay.
But
I was gonna say.
this actually came out what they're going to do. They're going to bring it into the big college football playoffs now. So now it's just not a
Oh.
Pac-12 Big Ten thing anymore. So that's kind of sad because the Rose Bowl goes back years and years where literally
Yes.
whoever won the division or
Yep.
whoever won the conference went on and played each other in the Rose Bowl. Like,
Mhm.
I mean, that's just it's kind of sad seeing history kind of not be a thing anymore. It's just going to be a thing of the past.
But I mean, at least you still have the Rose Bowl game. Not just totally getting rid of it.
Mhm.
But yeah, definitely sad to see. But the bowl games will be interesting now.
Mhm.
And of course, how teams will do in these big conferences.
Yeah.
Because I mean, you're gonna have to compete against pretty much everybody in your conference.
Mhm. But
So
yeah, a lot to still. There's going to be a ton of stuff going on in the future that none of us can actually speak on because
yeah, we gotta wait. We gotta
Yeah.
wait from a year from now when it's like, this is what's happening, this is what's happening, and this is what's happening.
yeah, we'll definitely see what happens in the future. We'll keep people updated on that.
Yep.
Moving on to our next topic. I think this is a great move for what the Lions did. Teddy Bridgewater signs with the Detroit Lions, our hometown team.
Mhm.
I like this. It's just pretty much an insurance blanket for Jared Goff just in case anything bad happens. Knock on wood that it doesn't.
Yep.
And I'm really excited because Teddy Bridgewater at Minnesota was for the Vikings was crazy good,
Yes.
and he's still a very serviceable backup. So
Mhm.
I think it's good that we have some comfort there because I remember Jared Goff when he ever got hurt, we couldn't throw the ball.
Tim Boyle.
David Blau, not good.
Jesus.
But
Yeah, definitely is going to help with this Detroit team, and just like their playoff run and what their hopes are, and if Jared Goff ends up, knock on wood again, if anything happens to him,
Yeah.
we at least have a quarterback that could,
Phil
as a
Evans.
veteran, and could run the offense just like Goff could,
Yeah.
or at least 80% of what he could do.
Definitely, it says the college football playoffs will be interesting in 2024. 12 teams, so I was right. 12 teams.
Okay.
And apologies for cutting in. I do not want to break the rhythm of your podcast. Don't worry about that.
Oh no, don't worry about
We're
that
fine.
at all.
We got topics lined up. We're all good.
And it also keeps a flow
Yeah,
as
it keeps
well.
the flow. Yeah, it keeps us also more interested and doesn't
Yep.
feel like it dies out. So
Because we want to hear from you guys too. We
Yeah,
don't just
yeah.
want our opinions
keep
out there.
asking questions, making statements. It's all good.
Yep, it's all
I'm fine with it. You're fine with it.
I'm completely
Yeah.
fine with it.
The more comments, the better. So
Yeah, honestly.
keep them coming.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's just a quick little topic. Just wanted to say, as a Lions fan, I'm very happy with the signing. So
Yes, definitely.
I
Definitely a good move for the Lions.
Yeah, because we've needed a good backup for a while.
For a while.
Because even going back to Stafford, we never really had a backup, and then same thing with Goff. We've never actually had a backup. So
Yeah.
it's good. We're finally getting a security blanket.
Yes.
And
David said what up. So
What's up, David?
What up, David?
Hope your day is going good.
Uh-huh.
Thanks for tuning
For
in.
sure.
Also, very exciting news today. Hard Knocks premieres tonight.
Ooh.
I'm not exactly sure what time. I think it's like 9 o'clock Eastern or like
Yeah,
8
it's
o'clock
probably
Eastern.
it's probably the next hour.
So I'm very happy. I always love watching the 4 or 5 week series of Hard Knocks, and
And it is the Jets.
they are a very exciting team. We have
Yeah.
a question about them later on in the podcast, so
Mhm.
we'll definitely bring that up. But I'm just happy that because Hard Knocks for me always signifies that the football season is really coming back into a full swing. But then you have the Hard Knocks episode, a day break, and then preseason finally starts back up.
Yep.
And I'm excited to see what happens for preseason. Also,
Mhm.
something I just now remembered. Sean Payton said that all the starters for the Denver Broncos will be playing the first preseason game.
Oh.
So we will see Russell Wilson.
Huh.
We will see Jerry Jeudy. So I'm excited to see. I mean,
That's interesting.
it's definitely a ballsy move, but I think they kind of need it after having a very underwhelming year. They need to get back into the rhythm.
And they also have to compete against the Super Bowl champions and the Chargers, who have the roster but
Yeah,
could
that
explode.
division's stacked.
That division is stacked.
So-
And of course, I know the Raiders are kind of fading away, but They have Devontae Adams. They have Jimmy G. They could
Josh
be a threat.
Jacobs. Josh
They
Jacobs.
could be a threat.
So,
Don't,
yeah,
don't
I'm-
count out the Raiders. They could be a
So,
threat.
so they're always. I think it's not that they were a bad team. It's just they're in such a great division with the 49ers. No, not the 49ers. The Raiders, the
Yep.
Chargers, and the Chiefs.
Yep.
So by that, just those three teams are great just in
Yes.
themselves.
Yes.
So I think that division is going to be very interesting to watch. But
Yep.
I think with Sean Payton as a new coach, great things can happen.
Yeah, anything could happen in that division. Who knows? Maybe the Chiefs will finally be dethroned after like 7 years. I think the run is.
David said, "I'm doing fantastic, and I can't wait for the season to
Yes.
start. Season starting. Same here. I really.
Yeah, even like preseason starting, like
I've been
get you
antsy for the
going.
last month and a half.
That's
or
true.
2 months.
Just trying to survive off of baseball and hot
Yeah.
topics every once in a
And,
while.
no offense, you don't follow baseball as much, and I mean I understand
That's
baseball can get very boring.
Mm-hmm.
So, I
Trust
think
me, I tried following it for a week, and I was like,
yeah,
I'm just gonna know who the best teams are currently and the worst teams, and that's it.
I try to just go off of like who are the good players in the leagues, what's happening. That's usually what I try to
Yep.
do. But moving on, the Women's United States World Cup.
Ooh.
I'm not too familiar with this, but I'm pretty sure you are because it's a little bit more about soccer than I do.
Yeah.
Um,
So, Women's World Cup, they came off a very disappointing, I believe, what's it called? A group. That's right. In their group stage, they came off very disappointing. The first time I think they
haven't
left
won,
this like
haven't won,
haven't won
group.
the group in like 9-10 years or something like that. And
We have a question.
we got a question. Okay.
How many jerseys do you both own? I see you have a few. Hard Knocks will be awesome. The only way I see another AFC West team winning the division is if Andy and Patrick leave. I agree on the Andy and Patrick thing leaving. If you lose Patrick Mahomes, they're not a good team.
We got Mahomes
Yeah,
right
but
there too.
Answering the questions for the jerseys, I personally only have one. It's a Devin Bush jersey. I used to have a Calvin Johnson and Matthew Stafford jersey, so 3 of all time. But I'm not really a big jersey collector guy, so I mean, I'll occasionally get one just to have a little bit of fun. But I know
Yeah.
you have a
Yeah,
better answer than I do.
I got 9 jerseys, I think. So I got Cade, Mahomes, I got Lamar, I got Tom Brady, Michigan jersey. I got Curry jersey. That's my Warriors right
Don't you
there.
have a Christian McCaffrey jersey?
I believe I do
Panthers?
somewhere.
Yeah. Did
I used to have a Zeke jersey.
you say Todd
He's my
Gurley?
Todd Gurley. I do have a Todd Gurley jersey. Unfortunately, he retired before I could even wear it.
Yeah.
So
Sorry for cutting edge. You have a lot of jerseys.
yeah, I got a lot of jerseys. It's kind of hard to keep up with, to be honest. But
Moral of the story: you have a ton of jerseys.
Yep.
And a ton of variety.
hope
Basketball,
I'm
football.
gonna try to buy more random ones just so we could throw them up here.
Yeah.
Just have a little bit more diversity. I mean, we even have a Houston Oilers helmet right here for all sakes.
We have a ESPN basketball signed by the George Gervin, the Iceman.
Mm-hmm.
Very great player. So
Yep, definitely.
But back to the Women's World Cup. You were cooking.
Yeah. So USA didn't win their group stage.
I'll be back in a second.
Not a lot of momentum going into the elimination stage. And they get to the 16 round, and then all of a sudden they play Sweden. We were favored by a lot. Believe it or not, we were favored by a lot. And sure enough, they lost to Sweden in PKs, which was very disappointing. 0-0 against Sweden, who I haven't heard about being very good. And the USA, like women's, they always have a lot of hype around them.
Because the last 3 World Cups they've won.
I believe so.
They've predominantly
Gold.
been very good.
I mean, gold, like not even just getting like top 3, like getting gold.
Yeah.
And they've now lost in the first round,
Around to 16.
round of 16.
Yep.
And I think it's very embarrassing. For
David said, "I'm so happy they lost because of the blue-haired girl." Yeah, that's definitely a very
that's definitely
Interesting.
another. That's
that's
another.
a dangerous
like,
topic to talk about.
that's a very interesting topic. She of course missed a PK for the first time since 2018.
David corrected us last 2-1. I knew
Last
it was
two.
2 or 3, but my
Yeah,
bad.
they've won consistently. a lot.
And
I mean,
no, it's
I
been
think even-
domination too.
I think even 3 years ago, I believe they were second or third. They were close to it. So this is like the first time they've been kicked out,
This early.
early. Like it's kind of surprising to me because they brought in a lot of young. I mean, they are very young as well. So I guess that is one reason why they probably
The only things I can say
Didn't
about
dominate.
this is I saw a clip of the last goal that went in, how she hit it, the goalie hit it up, and then it was
Yeah.
rolling back, like it was spinning,
crossed barely.
barely crossed. She hit it out of the net, and then it was after review, it was counted as a goal. And then
Yeah,
I mean
they
that's
said
just unfortunate. That's a complete heartbreaker. Losing by
a centimeter.
this much
They
is
said it was a centimeter.
that's
it was
that's
in.
crazy.
I mean, the fact that the ball only has to cross a centimeter too is kind of crazy too. I did not know that about.
You can't even
soccer.
say it's a game of inches anymore. It's a game of centimeters.
Yes, literally.
Yeah, the only thing that got me a little upset was the blue-haired girl that David was mentioning after she played a bad game and after she was the one who missed the PK.
PK to win. Yep. Or
You
to
know,
tie it.
or
I
to
believe.
tie it,
To
really.
tie it. Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, it made me a little upset just because she was smiling after, and that's the
It
thing.
was
that
a retirement as well. It was her last game ever.
So that's the thing I just didn't like about it. But I don't want to get too much into this.
Yeah.
Those are all the thoughts I got. You got any more?
No, just very disappointing for, all the hype that we had, and of course the guys' soccer is not very good. So this was really our only
Nothing to
hope in
look
soccer.
forward to on the,
Yeah,
on the
no.
men's soccer.
No,
Don't,
No,
do
not
you know
at
what's sad when we're hype about Christian Pulisic scoring a goal to tie us against United Kingdom or Great Britain?
Great
Yeah,
Britain.
Great Britain. Yeah.
Great Britain.
So
Yeah, I was in school and everybody was like, "No way."
I remember seeing all the box scores. I'm like, we're happy about a tie, and then I was like, oh yeah, that's a country that loves soccer, and we're a country that, baseball, basketball, football,
Yep.
hockey are more of our sports. But moving on, Kareem Hunt is I noticed today is actually on a free
Yep,
agent.
still a free agent.
And honestly, he shows a lot of promise. He's just been behind Nick Chubb his career, and the Browns has been misused.
And also, his past of, his charges and stuff like that.
Kicking a woman.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
He probably should have got suspended for more.
Yeah, probably. The Browns, I guess, just taking interesting people. We'll just say, with Bill
Deshaun Watson,
Bill
yes.
Cosby, or Deshaun Watson, whoever you want to call him, at QB.
Stefan Land says, "Hey, thank you for sharing your jerseys. That is pretty cool. Agree. I like your setup with the posters, ball, and jerseys. Thank you. Honestly, it's all we just put together stuff that we just kind of had that were sports memorabilia, and glad you guys like it.
And also
honestly.
some representations of ourselves. Of course,
Yeah.
the DJ Wilson poster for Michigan basketball.
Mhm. And then Cade Cunningham
Yep, Kate Cunningham, hopefully our Lord and Savior
for Detroit
for
basketball.
Detroit basketball.
But I mean, yeah, thanks for acknowledging our setup.
Definitely.
It really does mean a lot.
Yeah, it does.
But yeah, back to Kareem Hunt. We gotta share our opinions on where we think he's going to go. I'll go first. I think he should sign with the New Orleans Saints.
Okay.
Not a lot of a risk going there because they're not very great of a team right now. And Alvin Kamara is suspended for the first 3 games. That's another subject later on, as in the next topic. But
Yep.
yeah, I think it'd be a great situation for him. He'd be the running back 1 for the first 3 weeks, and then he could split carries with Alvin Kamara and really make the New Orleans Saints offense just that much better. So I think he should go there.
An up and rising team that I think he should go to, I don't know if they can afford him, is the Chicago Bears. Believe it or not, that run game with Justin Fields,
It's not
I
horrible.
feel like it needs to be good in order for Justin Fields to be successful. He has DJ Moore at wide receiver, which is very underrated in my opinion.
Yep.
And of course, Khalil Herbert. We did see flashes of him.
But he's not an every down back.
That's what
Kareem Hunt's an every down back. And
Kareem Hunt, you could throw it on 3rd down. He's kind of that veteran presence. He could teach Khalil Herbert. I believe Khalil Herbert's a little younger.
I think he's going into his 3rd year.
Yeah. So
I like it just because I kind of like that almost more than my prediction, but I like it just because David Montgomery went to Detroit.
and also they're on the rise a bit. Chicago with like they're getting those building pieces slowly but surely.
It's
and I
not hard to
think-
be on a rise after you win 4 games.
I
or
know,
however
but
many
I
you
think Kareem Hunt could really do something for the Chicago Bears.
do. Do you think the Hard Knocks curse will affect the New York Jets this season? I do not, just because it helped the Lions last year.
that's
I
true.
I could see how you could be thinking that. I think the curse we need to worry about is the Madden curse with Josh Allen.
Allen. That's going to be interesting.
Then David Newhigh said, "I don't think Chicago needs an RB. They already have one in Justin Fields."
Well,
I mean, that's a get your last ups, but I feel like
they said that about Lamar, and then
yeah.
as soon as Lamar got J.K. Dobbins, it looked even better.
Mhm.
So I think if you put Kareem Hunt back there, you got a solid run game, and hopefully Justin Fields ends up passing the ball pretty well with DJ Moore. So
he's a great receiving back.
yes,
So that's another target for
the
Justin
receiving
Fields to throw
core.
to.
Yeah.
And he's good at blocking.
Yes.
So say
He's
if they
good
go
at everything.
Say if they go into a play action set,
Yep.
he'll be able to stick a linebacker or a lineman
Mm-hmm.
who gets through. I mean, I think that's kind of another thing that Fields needs is he needs
Blocking.
protection in general.
That's true. They did pass up on Jalen Carter.
Yeah.
And the number 1 pick, just so they could get an offensive lineman.
Yeah.
So
I'd say it worked out for them.
yeah, it did. It did. Yeah. Just because he needs blocking so bad. But anyways,
But yeah,
Moving
moving on to our next topic. I know how we briefly talked about Alvin Kamara. Alvin Kamara is suspended for 3 games after assault and battery in Las Vegas during the Pro Bowl.
yep, 2022.
I think this is very underwhelming for a suspension. After getting charged for assault and battery, something that serious, he's getting only 3 games. But you have guys like DeAndre Hopkins taking PEDs or
Yep,
steroids or something like
PEDs,
that,
yeah, PEDs.
and getting an 8-game suspension, 6 games.
At least, yeah, 6 games.
So that's worse than a dude beating the crap out of somebody else and
I mean, even Calvin Ridley betting on games a little
Yeah.
bit and getting a
whole
whole
year.
year.
That is crazy.
Ridiculous.
I feel like the NFL needs to kind of find a middle ground.
A
Be
medium.
consistent about it.
Yep. They need to find a median of like, if you do this is how many games you're going to be suspended. Like they need to like make that known for sure, because it's kind of like dishing out random stuff.
Stephen Land said, "I'm glad to give some feedback on your setup. You are welcome. You both should wear your jerseys. It would be cool just to show off random teams for your live streams. It would be awesome. Honestly, I have a proposition.
Yep.
When we get to 100 subscribers, our next stream, we should both wear a jersey.
Oh, if we're at 100 subscribers,
I think that's fair
that is fair.
because we're 11 away.
Yep, 11 away.
We're on the rise. I think we can get that by the end of the month.
Okay.
So I'm good for that. I'll do
Yeah,
it.
and also, of course, we have a lot planned for the football season.
Yes.
College football and
Mhm.
NFL and stuff like that. So jerseys will definitely be worn during the season.
Also, guys, give us a name idea because we want to kind of do like a college game day.
Yep.
We don't want to take away their name, so
That's true.
give us an idea of something we could call our Saturday predictions or just
Yeah, because
Saturday
we've been
game
trying to
predictions.
think. We've been trying to think of some names and haven't really done a lot of cooking. So
And JMO, he's gonna miss 6 games. Yeah, JMO's
Yep.
missing 6 games for gambling as
yeah,
well.
back to the suspension thing. Yeah, definitely.
So yeah, you can not harm really anybody in general, but you can absolutely beat the crap out of somebody and get only 3 games. That's essentially a slap on the wrist.
Yeah,
Does I mean, it just doesn't make a lot of sense.
and I think Deshaun Watson, what he did.
And he only got 11 weeks.
Yeah,
Now
11.
they would probably give him less weeks too, but
11. It
people
was
were complaining
11.
even more,
Yeah,
so they bumped it up to 11.
yeah.
I think that
it was originally at 6.
for having 23
It's at 23
sexual
now, I
assault
believe. Yeah.
claims that I think that's a lot, and only 11 games for that is crazy. But
I mean, one.
that's
I
neither
guess
here nor there.
it was supposed to be 12, but they had a bye week,
Yeah,
so they made it 11.
Mhm.
And so that, of course, he could play the Houston Texans and
Yeah.
basically have a televised game.
so I can't believe you could do all those things and get those less games of suspensions. But if you gamble, you can get a full year. You you can get up to a full season of suspension. It just doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. I try to figure it out, and sometimes I just give up on trying to
Yeah,
figure any of that out.
I've like almost given up on just why that
Yeah.
even happens. But
I-
anyways,
I think it's a money grab just because the NFL wants their star
Star-
players,
yep.
big name players to play because it brings in more fans and that's more money.
Yep, televise.
So I mean, it's a business decision.
Yep.
I'm not going to say it's the right decision, but it's the right business decision.
Yeah.
I don't agree with it, but
It's good. It's good as a business, but it's pretty terrible. Like it's really messed up.
pretty
if you
terrible
look
is
at
an
it.
understatement. That's
It's messed up if you look at it
yeah, but
from like a fan's perspective.
just from a regular person's
Yeah,
perspective,
yeah, that's pretty bad.
you don't even have to be like an NFL watcher just to realize that that's a very light.
Yeah, like if
Very
that
light
happened,
suspension.
like if that happened on the streets and everything, like you can get up to like 10, 15 years in jail.
Yeah, but just because he's a good football player, just kind of
Nothing
slides right
happened.
under the rug. I mean,
Wish I was a football player. Jeez,
Yeah.
I could get away with a lot of stuff. I guess, huh? I'm just saying
I'm
that because the
just-
suspensions are terrible.
we're just gonna move past that. We're just
Yeah.
gonna move past that before anything bad happens. The NFL Hall of Fame game happened Thursday,
Last Thursday,
last Thursday, and
Jets and Browns playing.
the Jets versus Browns. Aaron Rodgers was doing a little bit of play calling.
Mm-hmm.
Set up Zach Wilson a bit for that 50-yard play.
Yep.
But I got to give my thoughts on Zach Wilson. Other than that 57-yard pass, he was horrible. He had one great moment where he was good.
I don't think I watched. No, I didn't watch the
Oh,
game.
I watched most of the game, and he did not look that good. He was throwing ducks. And he threw one good pass, and everybody hypes it up, and that's all they can talk about.
Mm-hmm.
They should talk about all of his other passes that were just not good.
Yeah,
But
Zach Wilson, he's not the future for the Jets.
oh no.
They need to figure that out in the next 3 years when in the margin of Aaron Rodgers retiring.
Yeah.
Just because it's so bad.
Mhm.
It does not look good for the Jets.
And then I want to give props to Justin Thompson or JT. How do you say his name? The quarterback for the Browns.
Quarterback for the Browns.
I'm just tripping on his name. Justin
Dorian Thompson
Yeah,
Robinson
Dorian Thompson Robinson. Yeah.
from UCLA.
He absolutely balled out.
Yes.
He was running good and he was throwing good. I mean, he
Did you
was.
see he got some respect from Aaron Rodgers after
He
the
did.
game?
I mean,
Got a
that's
little
well
dab
deserved
up.
respect. He
Got a little dab
earned
up,
it.
yeah.
I mean, he absolutely won them the game, and yeah, that's great to see. Also, another shout out I have to give is Greg Zuerlein. Greg the Leg Zuerlein. He hit 2 50-plus yard field goals, and he hit 3 pretty long field goals. Another one was in the 40 yards. So he's shown that he's already in midseason form. That's good to see because he's been struggling a bit lately
Yeah.
in the last 2 years in his career.
Yeah, just because as soon as the Rams got rid of him,
Yeah,
it's kind of been a little bit of a decline.
but it's good
He
to see
was-
that he's picking it back up.
Because he was arguably up there with like Justin Tucker.
Oh no,
little bit.
at one time in the league he was
Yeah.
a top 3 kicker.
Yes.
But I think after the Super Bowl in 2018 against the Patriots,
Yeah,
that's
kind of.
when he kind of fell off.
Yeah, because he got waived and everything, and then
Yeah,
the Rams replaced him and all that. So
but I mean, it's good to see that he's back.
Yep.
Hopefully he can keep it for the entire season.
Mhm.
And he's a kicker to watch out for in fantasy football.
Yep.
So
especially
yeah,
with Aaron Rodgers running that offense, definitely a lot of field goal opportunities.
just a lot of opportunities to kick the ball in general. It's a lot of touchdowns, a lot of time getting in the red zone.
Yep.
They're gonna have to rely on They're gonna have to rely on Greg Zuerlein being able to make kicks. So
Yeah, because that division also, like if you look at the matchups from last year, a lot
a
of
lot
them
of
were-
one-score games.
Yeah, a lot of
one-score
one-score games, and even like a field goal could win a game.
Yeah.
Could win a couple games for you. So definitely
Yeah.
needed.
Not too much really happened. The Browns won 21-16.
Yep.
Good game.
I believe the Browns made a comeback, right?
They were down.
Weren't they down a lot?
They were down 16-7 going into halftime.
Oh, so there you go, a little comeback.
So-
So basically 14.
Yeah.
14
Oh,
unanswered.
I completely forgot about a player. Tim Boyle. We talked about him earlier. He showed why he's the worst quarterback of all time. Like why he's probably the worst quarterback to ever touch a ball.
Where's he at now? The Browns?
No, the Jets.
The Jets?
He's their third string, I guess.
He
But
was a Chicago Bear last year, believe it or not.
he was Nathan Peterman's backup.
Oh.
Another notorious bad quarterback, but Tim
Nathan
Boyle
Peterman.
might be the worst quarterback to ever touch a ball and still get good opportunity. Like I was looking at this, he, as you know, he played at UConn.
Yep,
And
I
a
believe
few
so.
other colleges, or another college, and
Yeah.
he it was Western Kentucky. That's what it was.
Yep.
And
was
he's
gonna
never
say.
thrown more touchdowns than interceptions in a season in general,
Really?
ever. That's
Jeez.
including college and the NFL. I still don't know why teams take a chance on him.
That's terrible.
He's horrible.
I don't know what the Lions took a chance on him. I mean, even like, who went down? Was it Stafford or Goff?
It was Goff.
Goff went down. Then all of a sudden, Tim Boyle goes in,
Yeah.
and then of course he lost his chance. And then David Blau went in, and it looked semi better, but
Yeah, I thought
Not too
David
much
Blau was a
better.
better quarterback than Tim Boyle. Again, that's not that hard. But at least David Blau was a good quarterback in college. At Purdue, he was really good.
yeah, he was decent. Yeah,
Well, I wouldn't say really good, but he was a good college quarterback.
yeah, he's a good college quarterback.
So, it just does make a lot of sense why teams are even entertaining the opportunity of giving him a roster spot.
Yeah,
I still don't know. Maybe it's his frame, how good his arm strength is, how coaches think that they could
I
probably
mean,
change
I
it.
think he is like
He's
6'2",
6'4".
6'3", 6'4".
6'4".
Jeez, that might be why. Because maybe he has like.
He's probably the intangibles, but if you can't actually play the position or read a defense, then you're just already that behind.
Yeah, he should probably just switch a position and try that.
I was thinking. Honestly, they probably could have put him at like receiver or tight end in college, but
Or maybe trade him up, be a middle linebacker.
it's
bulk
a
him
little
up.
it's a little too late for that now. You can't just change a dude in the NFL. But
That's true.
yeah,
That happens in college.
it's a college thing.
That's a college thing.
But moving on, still on the NFL Hall of Fame game. They showed the NFL Hall of Fame inductees before the game. Shout out to DeMarcus Ware. He sang the national anthem so good. I was watching the national anthem. Shout out to DeMarcus Ware. Got a good voice.
Oh,
Big
he
props.
sang it.
He did sing it.
Oh,
Big props to him.
oh,
He killed it. Honestly, he did better than Fergie.
oh.
So, yeah, I mean,
well, I don't think that was.
It's not that hard,
to beat.
but
Not
still.
that hard to beat, but still.
he was good at it. But
Mhm.
moving on to the Hall of Fame, just the Hall of Fame inductees in general.
Yep.
DeMarcus Ware,
Joe Thomas.
Joe Thomas from the Browns,
I believe Darrell Revis.
Darrelle Revis, yep.
Isn't Joe Thomas like the first tackle to ever be inducted?
First offensive lineman.
That's crazy.
Rondé Barber was inducted.
Rondé Barber.
Rondé Barber, Buccaneer player.
Yep. Buccaneers.
There wasn't too many like players that just stick out.
Yeah.
But those are kind of the bigger players.
But Joe Thomas deserves it 100%.
Stephen Land said, possible name, play action podcast after a football play. I will think of others. I think we want to stick to the All American Valley Boys podcast. We're thinking of kind of just a name for our college game day.
Yeah, now that I don't know.
That's a good name, though. I actually do like that
play
name.
action podcast. Yeah,
That's actually really
that's
creative.
pretty good. Yeah,
Dude, shout out to that name.
yeah, that's definitely a good one. Gotta keep that.
Gotta keep that in mind.
Yeah,
Gotta write that down. I mean,
you should write that down right now.
gotta write that down.
Because I mean, we are just drawing a blank on names overall.
Yeah.
So the fact that we actually have a start.
Yeah, honestly, shout out Stephen Land for
Yep.
that. Sorry if I'm pronouncing your name wrong. I'm kind of dumb, but yeah. Moving on to a kind of funny topic, in my opinion. It's not that funny in legal terms, but I think it's very funny.
Wait, hold
Blake-
on. Let's
read
read
the
the
comment.
read the comment before.
Steven, it is okay. Haha. My bad, Steven.
Steven,
It's my bad.
like Stephen King.
Yeah,
Steven.
it's my
Stephen
bad.
Lang. It's a cool name. I like that name.
Yeah.
Anyways,
The Play Action Podcast, good name. But yeah, moving on.
Yep.
Retired linebacker Blake Martinez is sued for scamming Pokemon cards. He's made $11.5 million from Pokemon, like reselling Pokemon cards.
Yep.
He's been, I don't know the exact details about it, but he's been scamming. He's been scamming people on this website, and he's actually had employees to help scam,
really?
to help sell. Yeah, he's got like a business just full of scamming. And he got sued by 20 to 30 people,
Really?
and he got
For
fired.
scams.
He got fired from the website, and all of his employees that were a part of it got fired as well. And everybody he scammed is getting a cash refund.
Oh.
So
I was gonna say if he walked away with all that cash.
no, he's going to lose his money in court probably.
Oh,
So
probably even more money now because he's
he's probably,
scamming
he's
people.
probably gonna end up losing money. I
Yep.
just thought that was kind of a funny thing because it's something so simple of just Pokemon cards.
It's also random.
Very random.
Very
too.
random.
You got Pat
Yeah.
McAfee talking about it.
Yeah.
That's how you
That's-
know he completely messed up. I mean, I just thought that was kind of a funny thing to talk about. David said something, so I'll go look at it. I can't read it right now.
The funny thing is that he made more money scamming than playing
Yes,
football.
that's what he did. He did. Like that's the
And
like
then we got
sell-
LMFAO.
selling Pokemon cards was a better job than playing professional football in the NFL.
Believe it or not, that's the crazy
And
thing.
he was
about
a
this
good
world.
linebacker too. He wasn't bad.
That's the crazy thing about the internet nowadays is that like you could do anything, and it could turn into like something huge that like is more money making than anything in the world.
Why? Wait, who did it? Who did that? Blake Martinez, linebacker for the New York
Bears.
Giants as well. He played for the New York Giants.
Bears and the Giants. Bread is bread.
Bread is bread. Game is game.
That's-
Hey, game is game. But
that's
if you
true.
get caught though, then it's
Then it's
a
not.
lawsuit now.
It's not looking good for you.
Yeah, it's not gonna. He's probably gonna end
Not
up losing
looking
more
good
money
for you.
now.
Yep.
But just kind of a funny thing to talk about. Moving
It's
on.
pretty funny. Yeah.
Moving on. Jake Paul versus Nate Diaz happened on this last Saturday.
Yep.
He won in a unanimous decision where he lost only one round from one judge, and the other, two judges said that he lost one round, and one other judge said he lost 2 rounds. So he he obliterated Nate Diaz. There's a clip of him knocking him down.
Nate Diaz though is so funny.
Oh,
the
he
media,
definitely is.
the media after.
He didn't care though. You could tell.
Man, I don't care. I'll fight anybody, man.
You could tell he didn't train for it. And the
Yeah.
other thing is, just like Ben Askren and Tyron Woodley and all these guys who he's fought, they made so much money off just getting beat up.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, I think it's a great marketing move by Jake Paul. And I think it's game is
Keeps his
game,
name
bread is
alive.
bread. Keeps his name alive.
Yep.
And
That's all you got to do. That's all you got to do in the like social media wise.
Yeah.
Is just keep your name out there.
Yeah, but
Got a couple
shout out to Jake Paul.
comments to read.
Don't hate the player, hate the game. Jake probably pays them to lose. Honestly, I've thought about that. I don't think he does. He just goes after weak opponents who aren't good,
That's true.
and they don't want to actually
Old.
train to be a good. Yeah. Okay, Ben Askren, retired UFC fighter. Tyron Woodley, retired UFC fighter. Nate Diaz hasn't fought in UFC in 2 years.
Like you could just tell, like Nate Diaz do not
And
care.
the only boxer he actually fought was Tommy Fury, and he lost.
Yeah.
Granted, it was close, but he lost. And
Yeah.
I think if they were to fight again, I think Tommy Fury would beat him even more obvious than last time. So because I watched all those fights.
Yep.
It was not close for any of them except for Tommy Fury.
And of course Tommy Fury ended up.
But he also fought
Becoming victorious.
Anderson Silva, another retired UFC fighter who
Yep.
hasn't fought in 5 years.
A lot of people were talking about Anderson, beating him too, which was kind of what I think. I think that happens with every fight. To be honest,
Because everybody hates Jake Paul.
that's true.
And that's what he uses that for his advantage. He has people who hate him. They root against him so he can lose. Brings
Yep.
attention to the fight.
Yep.
Sells pay-per-views. He makes a lot of money. He gets his opponent to make a lot of money. It's a win-win.
Yep.
He gets even more popular. He keeps running his mouth that he can beat these professional championship level boxers that he won't ever actually face. I mean,
You got the system figured out, man.
oh
For
no, it's
sure.
such a simple. It's great, but it's simple.
It's simple.
I see it from a mile away.
but it's good.
David said Jake should have his next fight in a nursing home. And I thought he was gonna. I thought he called out my grandpa the other day to a boxing match, but I might be wrong.
Yeah, for real.
Trying to say something.
Jake has yet to fight someone who's not washed up and way past their prime.
The only person that he fought that hasn't been way past his prime is Tommy Fury, and he lost. But other than that, though, he literally fought Nate Robinson, a 5'9" basketball player who's never fought a day in his life. Just doesn't make a lot of
Wait,
sense.
what? Did that fight happen yet with Le'Veon Bell and Adrian Peterson?
Yeah.
It
No,
did.
no, I don't think it's happened yet.
I don't think it's happened yet. Yeah,
I'm not too sure.
I was gonna say because I heard about that a while ago. That's gonna be funny to watch.
Yeah, but
Is Le'Veon Bell and Adrian Peterson? But
yeah.
we'll move on.
Adrian Peterson has an interesting history as well. But moving on to next topic. You brought this up.
Yep.
Team USA, the national basketball team with NBA players.
Mhm.
What are their expectations for this international play?
Gold or silver. There's one team that I think is the only scary team out there, and that's Team Canada. Team Canada is stacked. They have Shea Gilgeous-Alexander coming off his first team All NBA. Of course, they have Kelly Olynyk. They have a couple other guys. Don't remember off the top of my head, but they're stacked. Canada is stacked.
Yeah.
And of course, USA is also stacked too. We got guys like Tyrese Halliburton,
Jalen
Anthony
Brunson.
Edwards, Jalen Brunson, Brandon
Brandon
Ingram,
Ingram.
Paulo Banchero.
Is
Even
Kate Cunningham on the team? Or
I think he's on the
Tyrese
I don't
Halliburton.
know.
Tyrese Halliburton.
Yep.
Yeah.
Cade's. I think he's on the team or he's on the second team. I don't know, or he's just like training with Team USA to make him better.
What about Team France?
Oh, Team France is also. Wemby's not playing. I was really hoping that Wemby would play in France so that we could see him against Team USA because they would probably play them or Team Canada eventually.
Yeah.
But Team France is going to be good. They're always good.
Yeah.
But I think USA definitely got to be silver or gold.
I think a team that you got to watch out for just because they have one player is
Luka plays for.
Luka plays. Is it Lithuania?
Slovakia.
Slovakia.
Yep.
Yes. I'm not exactly sure which country, but you always got to watch out for him because he is just such a baller. Yep. He plays so good internationally. You saw in the Olympics, he literally willed his team to a bronze medal that has nobody noticeable on the team.
And with Team Canada, France, and USA, it's gonna be tough to get a bronze.
Yeah,
it was tough to get a bronze, and he still did it.
Mm-hmm.
So, I think Canada's is the biggest, like the most
threat towards USA.
The biggest threat, yes,
all right,
towards USA.
Yep. Moving on to baseball, a very funny thing happened. A clip that's spiraling around the internet. Oh, what?
Slovenia.
Yep. My bad. Jose Ramirez and Tim Anderson fought, and you see the clip. Jose Ramirez gets mad at Tim Anderson for something. All of a sudden, they put up their fists and punches are thrown. And next thing you know, Jose Ramirez throws a huge hook and knocks Tim Anderson to the ground.
Tim Anderson just dropped his gloves and was like, let's get going.
Just
let's run
beat the crap out of. He got Jose Ramirez beat the crap out of him. It was like there's really no way to explain this except for the fact that Jose Ramirez just absolutely bodied him.
And the thing is, like, if you watch the clip like up close,
David said Anderson deserved it. Not gonna lie, he did. He was running his mouth, and then Jose Ramirez he packs a punch.
He landed one lucky punch and just boom.
Hey man, luck is luck, game is game.
Tim Anderson, he was slumped after that. He fell backwards.
Yeah, and Tim Anderson got a 6-game suspension, and Jose Ramirez got a 3-game suspension.
Honestly, I was thinking about that, and it's kind of like a school fight. Is how the MLB did this.
Yeah.
Who engaged the fight gets a longer suspension just because the other guy can claim self-defense.
Yeah, and that was on the same day that Jake Paul fought Nate Diaz, and I saw a tweet that was like, the only knockout today was between Jose Ramirez and Tim Anderson. I thought that was pretty funny because it's supposed to be a baseball game, and next thing you know, there's a fight. And there was a picture the next day from Jose Ramirez's agent that was tweeted. It was a picture of Jose Ramirez with boxing gloves on. Mm-hmm. They added Tim Anderson.
Yep.
And Tim Anderson responded with the tweet, but then he deleted it. So there's definitely going to be a lot of back and forth, and they're going to play each other later on in the season. Just because
it was the White Sox-Red Sox rivalry. White Sox-Red Sox? No.
White Sox-Guardians.
Oh, my God. I looked at the two teams, too. God, that's bad of me. That's bad.
That's really bad.
White Sox and Guardians.
Yeah.
God.
We're going to move past that.
Yeah, move past that. Jesus.
That was a rough one right there, Owen. Not going to lie.
I remember thinking, was that a Red Sox uniform? And then I looked it up, and I seen it was the Guardians. And I was like, I'm going to remember that.
And you didn't remember it?
I didn't remember it.
Let's move on from that.
Yep.
Anthony Davis is now the highest paid player yearly.
Technically.
Technically, it's not going to last very long just because of how things work.
Well, he's getting paid the next 2 years on his original
Yeah.
contract,
But-
but this is an extension
Mhm.
of 3 years.
Yeah.
$62 million a year.
Yeah, 3 years, 186 million. That's
Jesus.
crazy.
Jesus, for a guy who is basically
Plays half the
is-
games a year.
is Zion, but plays like 20 more games.
David said, "Don't worry, we'll clip it."
Don't worry, we'll clip it.
Tell him, David.
Tell him.
Also, just a quick little shout out. If you guys haven't, go like all of our socials and make sure to like the stream. Definitely helps out a lot. And yeah, back to the Anthony
Follow.
Davis.
You can follow
Yeah,
them too.
Yeah, follow them too. Subscribe. Make sure to do all that.
Yo,
But
tell anybody you know to subscribe because we're closing in on 100,
Yep.
100 subscribers.
in 100 subscriber stream, we'll wear a jersey.
Yep, it's gonna
So,
be hype. It's gonna be
Yeah,
hype.
I think that's a fair deal.
Yeah, it is a fair deal.
But I think Anthony Davis is getting heavily overpaid, but I think I like this again just because what it does for the market, and it's going to get a guy like Jason Tatum who's going to get paid a lot next year,
Mm-hmm.
and I think this is great for the NBA because it's going
I
to
can
get all
tell-
these
I can tell
superstar
you're
players.
I can tell you're getting a little excited.
Yeah, it's going to
you
get
know,
all
just
this,
like
all these
thinking
superstar
about it,
players
yeah.
are going to get paid a ton of money.
Yep.
It's just going to keep on going.
Yep.
It's like
Soon enough, we're gonna be at $100 million a year contracts, like
Yep.
like soccer.
yeah, I mean,
You know, with Ronaldo and Messi. Getting all
I remember when I
the
first
bags.
started realizing that like the market's just going to keep on changing as players get paid. I first realized that when Stafford was the highest paid quarterback, and then the next year it was like Matt Ryan or somebody like that.
Yep.
So I thought that was kind of funny. It's a little
Mhm.
random of a thought, but
Yeah.
it just brings me back to realizing
I mean,
how
even
the market
like-
changes.
Even like the Mahomes thing, the Mahomes effect.
Yeah, now he's
you know,
the
when
seventh
he-
highest paid
Yeah,
player.
he's eighth. He's eighth now.
Oh yeah, there's Herbert.
Yeah, because Herbert got paid,
Yeah, I mean that's just crazy.
and Burrow still has to get paid. Believe it or not,
And Burrow's gonna get paid.
Burrow's gonna get paid.
So
paid.
Mahomes is gonna move down even more.
Yeah, he's gonna be like top 10 by the end
Ma-
of next
But
year.
what Mahomes is doing is good for his team. Is he's taking a pay cut, kind of like what Tom Brady did, so money can be spread out across the team. These players who take up all the cap space or take up a good amount of it, there's not a lot of room left for big players to be signed.
That's true.
So what he's doing is smart, strategical, and it's not like he's making not a lot of money. 12 years, $500 million is great.
Yes,
So I mean, he's
No.
going to make money nonetheless.
and was it? I think it was 10 years, 400 million.
I thought it was 12 years, 5. Nonetheless, though, he's getting paid a lot
Yeah,
of
he's
money.
getting paid. He's getting paid.
That's all we know. David said 80 better play over 60 games or win MVP in the coming years. Honestly, yeah.
With 62 million, I mean, you should have said that about Jaylen Brown. To be honest,
Yeah.
maybe he'll get a left hand with 60 million.
But yeah, but I said kind of the same thing with Jalen Brown. I just like what it does for the market.
It's crazy though. I mean, if you think about it,
Jalen Brown,
$5 million a
Yeah.
month. A month.
it's crazy. Yeah.
That's crazy. That's ridiculous. I mean, even after like tax and stuff like
He's
that,
still going to make a good $40 million.
probably.
So, I mean,
That's crazy to me.
and I'd take making $40 million a year. I'd love to make
I
$40 million a year,
would,
but
Yep,
No.
just playing basketball, doing what I do, no left hand. I mean, I could do that.
yeah, I mean, we'll see how the market changes after this upcoming free agency because this upcoming free agency is going to be way better than this current free agency right now.
Yeah.
Because I'm not going to lie, this NBA offseason has been so boring. Nothing to talk
the
about.
The last NBA offseason that was good was when Kawhi and PG went to the Clippers. When was that? That was the last good one.
2019?
That was the last good one. I think it was right before COVID.
Yeah, the only thing we've been able to talk about is James Harden and Damian Lillard, but they haven't done anything.
They haven't done anything.
So nothing's.
I don't think
nothing's
Harden's going to leave for a while.
Same thing
It's
with
Dame.
Damian Lillard. He's not going to get traded for a long time
That's true.
because nobody's really in a rush to make it happen. So
And also, Portland could be good. I mean, Dame and Scoot,
yeah,
and that's a pretty good backcourt.
it's kind of odd he wants to leave after getting a great, but that's neither here nor there. Moving on to a question that we have for the audience and for ourselves: are the Jets a Super Bowl contender team now that they have Aaron Rodgers and a good quarterback instead
Yep.
of Zach Wilson?
Because apparently they were only a good quarterback away.
From making the playoffs, I think.
From making the playoffs
Okay,
and
just
all
think
that.
about it. They lost to the Lions because Zach Wilson couldn't make a throw.
Yep.
They lost to the Patriots one time because the quarterback couldn't make a throw.
Mike White, yep. I believe it was Mike White.
Yes.
Or it was Zach Wilson. One of the two. But
And there's a game against the Bills. If they had a quarterback, they probably can win. So that's 3 games right there. And there's more one-score games that were just what ifs if you had a good quarterback.
Yep.
They'd probably make the playoffs.
Yep.
But, I think they're a Super Bowl contending team now because Rodgers just elevates the play of everybody. He brought on Alan Lazard, which is a solid player. Brees Hall is going to be healthy now. So I like it.
And of course,
The defense is
already have Garrett Wilson.
Yep.
They already have Sauce. They already have a great defense.
I'd say they will definitely make the playoffs this year, but Super Bowl is unlikely.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with Trenton here. I think they'll easily make the playoffs effortlessly. I think they'll win their division, to be honest.
Yeah.
The
But it's always
Dolphins-
tough to beat Mahomes and just Mahomes in general. Mahomes
I
and
mean,
the Chiefs.
Mahomes and the Chiefs, and then
And
the
Bengals.
the Bengals are all around a good team.
Yeah.
I think Burrow is honestly at this stage better than Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
So, and then of course, the Bills. They got to go through the Bills
Bills and the
2
Dolphins.
times, and the
Bills and
Dolphins.
The Patriots I wouldn't be too worried about.
The Patriots,
That's not
Patriots gonna be horrible. But
Phoenix-
also,
The Phoenix Suns of the NFL is what Trenton said. Honestly, it's a good comparison.
I did find out that Damian Harris is not on the Patriots. Believe it or not.
He left, yeah.
Yeah. So Zeke, that'd actually be a good spot for Zeke. After what we've seen.
I don't see it going too good.
Yeah, Ramondre Stevenson.
He would
season.
he would
season.
he would die out his career in New England. That's all I'm gonna say.
He would become like I said, I guess Jamal Williams role player.
Because if the Patriots
like-
really wanted Zeke Elliott, they would have signed him by now. But
That's true.
they don't really want him.
Also, Dalvin Cook looks like he's going to be a Jet.
It's really looking that way.
Yeah, with him being at camp and everything.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised.
But yes, those are our answers. Moving on. The Orioles announcer was taken off air recently because he said something, I guess, that the Orioles broadcasting crew didn't like. He said something that the Orioles haven't won a series against the Tampa Bay Rays in 15 series. They had a good chance to win it because they were ahead in series 2-3. And for some reason, he got taken off the air for that. Didn't say anything controversial. Didn't say anything I didn't like that would offend anybody.
Yep.
And Robert Griffin actually brought it to people's attentions, and the MLB surface was like, the internet was going crazy about it for a good reason. He didn't deserve to get taken off the broadcaster saying something. Yep. That wasn't that big of a deal. And
I guess a little bit of a jinx, but that's it.
if you're gonna get upset about a jinx, then
Yeah, then
you're a little soft.
I don't know. It's a
And
business.
He was just doing his job. He was listening off the stuff that was said. So he was, given stuff of what to talk about, and he's going to get taken off the air for that. He's for doing his job and didn't say anything controversial, didn't say anything that would offend anybody. So I don't see why this is that big of a deal at all, and why he should have been taken off the broadcast. It makes no sense.
It does make no sense.
I don't personally agree with it, because you have announcers saying crazy stuff,
Yes.
and there's nothing being done. But the dude talks about something that is not controversial at all, doesn't offend anybody, and gets taken off the air.
Yeah.
It just doesn't make sense.
Yeah, very interesting indeed.
Stephen Lance says the Valley Hebdom
I can't help you with that. I can't
Hebdom
read it.
Daily. Too bad it is so long. It means without missing a week, it would be a fun time if it's not so complex. Yeah, I need to go back to school. Honestly, I can't read. I can't read very good.
Yeah, we might have to look up that definition. I'm not gonna.
Yeah,
lie.
I'm struggling out here
Yeah.
with reading, dude.
Yeah, I might have to go back to the ELA class immediately. Maybe that's why they make you take.
Bro, I need to take 12th grade
ELA.
English fast, dude.
Yeah.
Dude, it's weird. I got a good grade in English this year. And the year
Write
before
that down though. We'll look it up after the stream.
I'll be out. Write that down real
Yeah,
quick.
hopefully you'll be able to spell the name correctly as well.
No, I can write it down.
It rhymes, lol. It does. It does rhyme indeed. Even I can read better than you as foreigner. Okay.
Okay, David. Let's not go that far, David. Let's
Hey,
not go
David. Hey, David.
David. Let's not go that far now. We don't need
David,
to.
man.
You don't need to be saying things like that. That hurts. It hurts me a little bit. Not gonna
David,
lie.
you gave a little too much deeds.
Yeah, no,
A little too much deeds.
we asked for the deeds, but we didn't ask for that
The
deep
deeds.
deeds.
The
We-
deeds.
Yeah,
you know?
those deeds kind of hurt a little bit. Not gonna lie, but I'll take that on the chin and just move on. But going into our last
He
topic.
apologized. He said
Hey.
sorry, man.
Thank you, David.
Thank
Means a lot. But something that Owen brought up just before we started streaming. Richard Sherman is going to join Skip Bayless on Undisputed. I think this is great. He's replacing Shannon Sharp, so another dude who didn't really like Skip Bayless that much.
Yep.
And if you guys have seen the video from years past where Sherman starts arguing with Skip Bayless, and I think we're going to see a lot of that. It's going to make it really interesting. So
Richard Sherman's kind of that guy.
he's a funny dude.
Yeah.
He's not scared to say what he actually thinks.
Nope.
So it's gonna be great to see them just argue.
Because you probably heard the mic'd up stuff of like the Seattle Seahawks Legion of Boom days.
Oh yeah,
Those were fun.
big trash talker.
Hilarious.
Yeah, he literally got under Trent Williams' skin so much that Trent Williams threw a punch at him. So I think this is great. I don't think they'll actually have a fight, but
No.
I think there's gonna be some good arguing.
And also, what Skip says is half the time is out of pocket, to be honest.
I wouldn't even say out of pocket. It's just dumb. Like some of the stuff doesn't make any sense.
Remember that DeMar Hamlin thing
Oh,
that he said?
I think he got taken a little bit out of context. Like he didn't mean it as in trying to be it as a wrong way. People kind of took it the wrong way, but the way he said it, he shouldn't have said it like that.
No.
So I can see why people would be upset. But honestly,
I'd say he's like, he does it for the business.
this is about to be funnier than Skip. Than
Sharp.
yeah. But honestly, I don't really take what Skip Bayless says very seriously.
No, nobody really
Because
does.
he's an idiot, and then
Yep.
if you're gonna take him serious on stuff like that, then you're honestly just because he doesn't really care about criticism, so
Mm-hmm.
it's just gonna give him more attention.
I mean, the comments that he got on that post was hilarious.
But who cares? Because he doesn't.
But he doesn't
doesn't
care.
read it. He doesn't
don't
read
care.
it, so it
He
doesn't
don't
bother him.
Nope.
Yeah, those are all the topics we have today, or that I've written down. Let us know if you guys want us to talk about anything else.
Yep,
We'll stay on here for a little bit longer, but
we'll give it about.
yeah, this is a nice little hour-long stream so far. I think the flow has been very great. Good,
Here,
seeing the people in the chat.
while we're waiting, we'll look up that word.
Oh yeah, Hebdom Daily.
How you spell it?
HEBDOMDALLY.
Like that?
No, it's no I and then another L.
Oh, that's why he said without missing a week. He told us the definition.
Without missing a week. Ooh. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. We'd probably miss a week. So I'm probably gonna be going on overnight visits with colleges, and then I also have cross country meets on some Saturdays. So that could be a little unfortunate with schedule confliction, but we'll try to make it work. Go to talk about sports as much as possible
Maybe.
because we're gonna try to grind really hard on
I could
college football.
maybe run the show.
Solo stream, yeah.
Yeah, maybe solo stream. Maybe get a special guest on here.
Yeah.
Just to fill in.
Mhm.
Who knows?
Yep.
But we're definitely gonna try to do something where we get our predictions.
We're
of
gonna
every game and everything.
absolutely grind.
You're gonna cook.
Also, I haven't brought this up to you yet, but also, the new Madden is going to come out. Should we record us playing Madden?
Let me ask the viewers that.
Would you guys want to see us playing each other in Madden, or just
I forgot there's crossplay now.
or playing or showing off our ultimate team, stuff like that? Would you guys want to see anything like that for?
Yeah, my ultimate
Madden?
team is ridiculous in
Yeah,
Madden 23.
I'm gonna be no money spent, so we'll see how that goes.
It'd be interesting.
It'd be interesting.
Okay.
Um,
I don't know though, because we're not really like a gaming.
we can add it a little bit though. There's
Okay.
there's nothing wrong with just adding a little bit.
I want to see you guys play 2K.
Nah, dude, I hate 2K so much, dude.
I don't know.
2K is such a money grab, dude.
That's true.
I remember when you could buy $20 worth of VC and get your player up to an 80 overall, and then you could grind your way up to the max. But nowadays,
Also,
you spend
they don't
20.
have crossplay, right?
They have crossplay.
They have crossplay.
Yeah.
But is it only men? Is it only in 24?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I'm not. I'm not gonna buy 2K.
Wait, I don't think Madden has cross-platform.
Madden does coming in coming in 24.
All right. Yeah.
Not in 23 though.
Yeah. Well, I wasn't talking about 20. Like I said, new Madden's coming out. So, yeah. But,
Yeah, they have it coming.
dude, but nowadays you buy $20 worth of VC, you're not even at a 70 overall.
Yeah.
That's horrible. I swear, inflation just hit 2K VC like crazy.
Yeah, because I remember if you bought the $100 version, you used to get up to like an 80 like right away.
Yeah, I know, dude.
Like right
It
away.
was so. I think it could get you to an 85.
Yeah, if you spent it wisely.
Yeah, but I mean,
But
2K is such a money grab, dude, and they got even more of a money grab this year. I honestly don't even want to play the game, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
I want to grind on Madden this year.
yeah, definitely. It also helps with like knowing like a lot of nobodies in the league
Yeah.
for sure. But yeah,
If I think of anything else name wise, I will give a comment right now. I like play action or something that deals with blitz. All right, thank you, Stephen Land. I think that's all we got, right?
yeah, I think that's
Thanks for
That's
tuning
it.
in. Definitely means a lot. Thanks for all the new people in the comments. And, yeah, I mean, just much appreciated. Make sure to go follow our TikTok, Instagram, all that stuff. And yeah, I mean, I think that's going to be it.
Mhm.
Have a great night from Stephen Land. Have a great night too.
Yep. Have a great night, and All American Bad Boys are signing off. See you.